I love Disney comic books. They can be pretty funny, they can be pretty insightful, they can be, old school or adventurous and all kinds. But there's a certain comic book that has a lot of fans but still isn't that widely known. And when new people find it, they are pretty shocked, and I can understand why. Many years ago, Donald Duck was given a superhero persona called SuperDuck. Very creative, I know. Mostly he just went around, getting revenge for anyone who wronged Donald Duck. And this followed with a series of copycats, like Daisy getting her own superhero stuff, and Jose Carioca and all that stuff. It was pretty silly, fun stuff. Fighting crime and all that good glory. But a few years ago, in Italy, some daring writers and artists tried to take the Donald Duck as a superhero idea and make it deadly serious. And it worked wonderfully. And I can imagine some of you, rolling your eyes. And again, I can understand. This is Donald friggin' Duck. But what they did was take a well-known Disney persona to get you involved and put them in a whole new world. Instead of goofy hijinks or just simple revenge, this was Donald Duck working for Uncle Scrooge in this mysterious kind of tower place and meeting this AI called One. And from there it spawned alien adventures and robots and time traveling. And again, it's taken pretty seriously with occasional doses of, humor, because let's face it, this is Disney, this is Donald. But there are actual moments of tears, of happiness, of shock and horror, and it's all played seriously by people with duck faces. And it's difficult to get some people involved because of the duck faces. And that's something I have always found kind of annoying, that people can't take something seriously if it's presented by an animal. These are humans, in my opinion, they just look different. And as I've said in previous videos, Mickey and his friends have potential for so many adventures, but people don't take it seriously because of their appearance, which has always pissed me off. So to see Donald go in this awesome adventure with these new friends and new enemies and be taken really seriously and gain all these fans makes me happy beyond measure. These are well done stories, well done villains, well done characters, sidekicks. It's such an amazing world. It's been rebooted once or twice, and the comics are difficult to get a hold of. But if you can, I absolutely recommend reading any issue you can get your little hands on, because the artwork is fantastic, the stories are great, and it's truly shocking what you can see. And after a while, you may forget that this is a Disney production because it takes on such angles and such dark tones. But then it'll come back around and give you the warmth and love that you come to know from Disney. Eventually, these characters like Scrooge McDuck and even Daisy are kind of faded away, kind of for the best, so you can get to know all of these new characters while still retaining with Donald, because he'll never go away, of course. He's the main character too. But it's kind of interesting to take one character that you know so well, take them out of that environment, drop them off into something so serious, and watch it work. It does. Awesome. One of my favorite aspects from the comics has been the alien Evrons. Evrons. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so I'll just call them aliens. This was actually introduced to me by a friend of mine. And the concept was they froze people, kind of like stealing their emotions, making them into slaves, almost killing them. And Donald fights these evil aliens and gets to know some of them, and it's awesome and amazing. It makes you think about emotions. There's Shakespeare tossed in there as one of the aliens thinks about the glory of humanity and emotions, and it's so much fun. And it's so in-depth, and you think. And it kind of makes you appreciate your own emotions and thoughts a little bit more, too. And it's, like I said, it's just so much fun, and it's an interesting read, and makes you think. And it's all done by Donald Duck. And I really hope that it gets more successful as time goes on, so that the big heads at Disney can see this and realize, well, if it worked for Donald, why can't it work for the other characters? Why can't we take them and put them in serious situations? Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Goofy. Let's go at it. Because I think if they did, they could create such stellar comic books. And if you have any to recommend to me, please tell me. I would love to hear more and read more. And I'll gladly make videos about them if they're that good or that bad. I forget if I mentioned it before in the Horace and Clarabelle video, but there was plans at times to make a Horace comic themed book called Horace Maximus, where he helped out aliens. And who knows, maybe it could have turned out like Donald, but no one gave him a chance. He needs to be given that chance to make that serious comic book, as do the others in the Sensational Six and the Fabulous Five and all that. Because Disney can do serious very well. Some of their films, some of the greatest films have the darkest tones, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So really, it's not that far-fetched to make these comic books and to make them work, because they do. And I'm probably rambling at this point. So, honestly, if you can, try to find these elusive comic books or translations online, wherever you can get them, grab them, and read them. Even if you don't like them, they're bound to make you think a little, because this was a new try, and it worked. You at least have to admit that. You at least have to admit they tried something different, and I always admire that. Trying something different with an old concept is fantastic. And they made it work. I'm saying this a million times, but hey, it's my opinion. I think it really works. To be honest, I would love to have seen Daisy in more of the comics. Because, I'm like one of those people who can't bear the thought of Mickey being with anyone else, of Donald being with anyone else, of Minnie and Daisy, of them being separated and liking other people. That's just my own personal irk. Because Donald does have other love interests in this comic, I'll say that right now. But, there are some sacrifices that have to be made to make a good comic, I guess. So that's off the top of my head, that's really the only flaw I can think of that comic. So please give it a chance if you have the chance, because Donald's a little more than a sailor boy now.